I'm cold. Would you let me stay here for tonight? I know who you are. You're Jean Valjean.
Wait, before you start, Aaron, I'm going to hijack this intro by saying I imagine it by being a close-up of your face, Tom Hooper style.
Okay. Yes, the intro artwork to this is just going to be my face, just
extremely close,
but constantly shaking.
Count the stubble on your face.
French people dying is a theme at the Oscars, right?
Apparently.
Okay, that's our intro. Yeah, so, hey, we just finished the review for Amour, and more French people dying, but this time they all have British accents for some reason.
And they all sing.
Yes, which makes it much better.
Yes.
Amour would have been better with
They
music.
sang in terrible French accents. That would be great if you try. Not only does Russell Crowe have to try to sing, he has to try to sing in a really bad French accent.
Oh, that'd be so good.
But yeah, so as you guys can guess, we're not talking about Les Mis,
Yes, we
also
are.
another one of the Oscar-nominated films. Who here has seen it? I have. Michelle has. Maz has.
I'm gonna, but not yet.
I keep being ordered by my media teacher to do so, but I keep staunchly refusing due to the fact that I don't like musicals.
That's a bad opinion to have, but fair
Well,
enough.
do you like Singing in the Rain?
I won't actually know. I haven't seen it.
Well,
I
you
get to
should,
see that in
'cause
the
it's
cinema.
fucking awesome.
I get to see that for the first time in the cinema.
Oh, look
It's
at
gonna be
that.
great. I know,
Damn.
right? Anyway,
Okay.
But yeah,
This music.
yeah. Listen, as far as musicals go, this is not the typical musical that we get as far as film goes. Because typical musicals, as far as films go, is a bunch of talking. Then someone goes over in the corner and sings their little solo song. Then they walk back as if nothing happened. And then, talking, and then everybody breaks into a big number, and then goes back to life as if nothing happened. This Les Mis is just nothing but singing.
It's an opera.
It's an opera.
Yeah, it's an opera. Oh, Jesus. Come on, man. Already off to the races here. Okay. But yeah, it is nothing but singing. And, that is a problem that I had with it, even as far as the opera goes. I saw that, a few years back, and yeah, that was one thing that I had trouble getting past, because it's one of those things in which there are, actual songs. There are actual songs in which you can, specifically take it and divide it apart and say, this is where this song goes, this is where this song goes. But then, in between all of that, there is just a lot of, hello, how are you? Please pass me that pen. Thank you. This one's out of ink. Thank you.
House goes on forever.
Well, it's not that Masters of the House goes on, it's that there's 5 different versions of Masters of the House. But Masters of the House is one of the ones I actually like, and that's one of the actual songs in this. But let's give people what the story of this actually is. It's about this criminal, Jean Valjean, who stole a loaf of bread. And he stole a loaf of bread because he was starving. And he got put in jail for, was it 5 years?
20 long years ago.
20 long years. It was going to be 5 years, but he kept escaping. That's what it is. He kept trying to break out of there. And because he kept trying to break out, Russell Crowe, who plays... Oh, shit. How am I forgetting his name? Javert. He says his name so many times. He plays this officer named Javert. And because this is the guy who kept breaking out, Jean Valjean has become his white whale. Even after Jean Valjean gets out, and he says, listen, you're going to be on parole for the rest of your life. You're going to have to, if we say you have to be at a courthouse on the other side of France tomorrow, you better find a way. And if you don't get there on time, I'm arresting you. It is his mission to get this guy back in jail forever. So Jean Valjean...
Like a good cop.
Like a good LA cop. So Jean Valjean, on his way...
The more you say Jean Valjean, the less it sounds like a real word.
So
Wolverine ends up going on his way towards one of his parole hearings, and he stops off in a church, and he steals a whole bunch of silver because no one will hire him, no one will give him any work, no one will give him a place to stay, no one will give him food because he's on permanent parole. And he gets desperate, decides to steal all the silver in the church, and the priest there at the church ends up saying, no, you know what? take it. Take the silver. Take even more silver. Take all of her silver. But you have to do something with your life now. You have to do something. You have to be a good man now. And he does. He decides, you know what? I've been given this chance. I'm going to turn my life around. He gets a new name.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I was going to be able to edit that out until you said bless you.
Sorry!
It's alright. But yeah, he gets a new name. He becomes mayor of a town, which I always found weird. But I guess in the days before Google, that was easier to do.
I have all the silver. Make me mayor.
Did you not watch Django?
In a weird way, that's kind of how it is now.
Some things never change.
But yeah, so...
Satire!
But then he is also running this factory, and there is a woman working there who all the other women hate because she's so pretty. Once again, some
Just
things
like
never
in real
change.
life.
And yeah, once again, some things never change. And so they end up getting her fired for absolutely nothing. And she is, helping to raise a child, and she has to do something, so she ends up she falls apart real quick.
Are you describing the plot or the premise here? Because I'm getting really bored.
Hold up, I'm almost up to...
Oh, you're not done?
Well, it is
No.
3 hours long.
I'm almost done. This is an opera, man. Hold on. So she ends up. So she gets desperate quick. She has to sell her hair, sell her teeth, sell her body. She becomes a prostitute, and then after Wolverine finds out that he got Catwoman killed because he allowed her to be fired, he then realizes that she had a daughter. So it's up to him now to take care of her daughter, Little Red Riding Hood, who is being raised by Borat and whatever the evil lady from Harry Potter was.
Black Queen.
So-
Trixon, we should call Javert now Jor-El.
This movie would be so much better if it was like a giant crossover of all these characters from other better movies.
Well, now you say better movies, but you haven't seen it, although I can tell that you'd hate it. But
I was forced to sit through the original opera. I did not like it in the slightest.
I honestly did not like the original opera either, but that's because I was a teenager at the time, much like you are now.
What are you trying to say, Alan?
I'm saying that all teenagers are assholes, and I'm sorry, but it's true. If you were not an asshole as a asshole as a teenager, you're going to be an asshole as an adult. So,
Oh, well, I'm fucked, aren't I?
anywho, so like I said, I did not enjoy this as a teenager, but I don't know, maybe I'm just more mature now, maybe I just, maybe it's because this was so well done, maybe it's because of the talent that went into it, but I thoroughly enjoyed this musical.
I think there's a good musical to be had from Les Mis. Tom Hooper is not the man to make that musical.
Did he get nominated for Best Director on this?
No.
Let me see. No,
No, he didn't.
it's-
Okay.
Well, good, because his directing sucked.
Everybody's talking about how much they hated the close-ups. I did not mind the close-ups. To me, that helped get the expressions across to me.
It wasn't the close-ups, it was the fact that he used the same 3 close-ups on every song. And then
I didn't even...
And then when he tried to do the typical musical big large numbers dancing and all that stuff, it was kind of edited together in a mess.
I disagree. I gotta say. I mean,
Well, it's the French Revolution. It was kind of supposed to be a mess anyhow.
What was that? Has to be one of the most odd turns I've ever found. It was like, oh no, all of a sudden, hey, French Revolution.
Well, it skips 10 years there.
Yeah.
I mean, it skips even more than that, I think. But it's because of how much it skips. But it is one of those things in which, in opera, they would then have intermission at that point, and there's no intermission in the movie. So, I mean, it is a sudden slam into, the time jump in which all of a sudden, hey, the revolution is now really heated up again.
I love the movie up till he gets Cosette. Then he gets her, and she turns into Amanda Seyfried, and I start hating the movie.
Do you want to clarify that is not a jab at Amanda Seyfried, or is it a jab at Amanda Seyfried?
Oh, no, I generally don't like Amanda Seyfried, but I think she does a decent job in this, actually. But that, as soon as she shows up, that's when I started getting bored.
I was pretty much into this the whole way through. I mean, there are points in which it lets me down. Like, there are weird little jumps in here that, once again, they work better in like a play, because in a play you can shut the house lights down, move stuff around, and this just goes from scene to scene. Like there's a moment in which Jean Valjean goes before the police and actually says, "Listen, you got because they're about to arrest someone who they think is Jean Valjean." He says, "Listen, I can't do this. I have to go forth and confess that I am this man." He goes there, confesses. Very next scene, he is out of the courthouse visiting, what's her name? Anne Hathaway, who's dying in the hospital.
Well, that's just
movie
magic.
And yeah, but I mean, like, once again, it's weird jumps like that make it work better as a play, but, aside from those, once again, I think that they did a very good job with this. Sometimes the sets can look a little bit too much like an actual set, and it's like, you should have maybe made that work a little bit better, made it look like an actual movie set, but
yeah.
Once again, but I didn't mind it too much.
I apparently liked Russell Crowe more than most people.
Yeah, me too. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's the least talented singer up there, but I still think he's doing a fairly decent job, I think. Like everybody says, oh, he can't sing. It's not that he can't sing, it's that everybody else there is just knocking him out of the water. And weird thing is, Hugh Jackman sings like Hugh Jackman. Anne Hathaway sings like Anne Hathaway. Russell Crowe has a totally different voice when he sings. Like when Russell Crowe talks, there's only like 2 lines in the movie that he actually says, like, "Go and pick up that mass. 24601." It's like a totally different voice when he starts singing.
It's so great. Like my favorite acting in that movie was Russell Crowe.
Like just actual acting,
like acting, singing, everything. He did probably the best job to me overall.
You think it's because he like put more effort into it? He's like, oh shit, I'm performing with these great singers. I need to like amp it up and like get singing lessons and everything.
Well,
there's
just kind of like a subtlety to it that everyone else just kind of didn't have, even though they made a whole big deal of, oh no, we're the ones setting the tempo to the music. We don't gotta follow with the insane. Suddenly we're singing about happy days, even though the whole setting is sad stuff. Ugh. There's just subtlety to it.
Well, once again, it's one of those weird things in which this is a movie, but it's a musical. So in musicals, people are typically far more expressive. There's a lot less subtlety when it comes to musicals, because it is all about just kind of like putting everything you have right out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. He isn't my favorite performance in this.
Don't say Anne Hathaway.
It's going to be Hugh Jackman, but I do absolutely love Anne Hathaway in this.
She just sings one song. That's the whole point of her character, is to sing
She doesn't sing one song.
Well, that's not Anne Hathaway's fault. That's the play's fault for not giving the character more depth and making her die so quickly.
Well, and also she sings throughout, everybody is singing. She's in this for 10 minutes, so guess what? She's singing for 10 minutes. It's not like she sings one song. She's part of numerous other songs. She just has one that's her total spotlight. And listen, I have always been that guy. I mentioned this when we were talking about The Dark Knight Rises, that for some reason, like, Anne Hathaway is just that one actress who everybody always kept telling me, no, she's fantastic, she's so great, and I just didn't see it. Like, I never saw, like, I thought she was good. I didn't have anything against her, but I never, like, saw anything there that just made me go, oh yeah, she is brilliant, yes, absolutely. I never saw anything there. I watched this, and when it gets to the one song, as you put it, I just suddenly dropped my jaw and went, greatest American treasure. We must melt down all the awards to create a new award, the Anne Hathaway, and give it out to only her.
I hate I Dreamed a Dream. It's second only to Memories in my most hated song.
I'm with Mike. I mean, I haven't seen the film, but I have heard enough of I Dreamed a Dream to last about 25 lifetimes.
Yeah.
Well, now you're criticizing
it for... Like, she does a good job. It's an affecting moment. It affected me even. But she doesn't deserve a Best Supporting Actress Oscar for that role.
I'm not commenting on that. I just say I don't like the song.
Yeah, I know you don't like the song. I know you don't
You're
like
on
the
your
song.
own.
But yeah, it is an affecting moment, and I think there is a lot to be said about the fact that she is able to get that effect out of just 10 minutes of a role. And, I mean, that's the thing, is that they're not just singing. That's the thing that I hate about a lot of musicals, where all of a sudden people will just sing, and that's it. The people in this movie are acting while they're singing. And, I mean, I wasn't moved by the song. I didn't care what she was singing up there. It was her performance that was what was moving me. I mean, the song was not what had the impact, because all I could focus on was just her acting up there. I was incredibly impressed.
Oh yeah, and also I'd say that whole sequence is probably the moment where it best shows Tom Hooper's three shots work the best. But still, I hate that song.
All right.
Also, kind of bummed that she didn't lose her top, because that's kind of Anne Hathaway's thing.
Yeah, they had to duct tape that top up because Anne Hathaway will flash her breast at a drop of a hat.
Ironic, considering she became a prostitute in the movie.
Yes,
exactly.
The only reason Catwoman didn't get naked is because Christopher Nolan is asexual. So, anything else anybody wants to throw in? Because I think we've pretty much covered most of this film. It seems we really only have that one dispute of I don't like the singing. And it's I like the singing. It's that argument can't go on all night.
Boring, but yeah. I would be interested to see Baz Luhrmann make a musical out of Les Mis. But that's more because Baz Luhrmann will just go big.
What's your definition of musical?
Grease.
Grease is terrible, though.
Hey, Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta, forever, man.
Oh, no, I get where you're coming from there, but then you have to take a step back and be like, man, I was such a fool. Grease is so bad.
And also you have to remember, in Grease, once again, it's one of those musicals in which it's talking, now we all sing. You can't do kind of something like that with one continuous song, because that's basically what this is, one continuous song.
Also, no one really cares for Grease as far as the plot goes. Anyway, everyone just remembers Grease for the music. So.
Yeah, and I love the plot of Les Mis.
Yes, there's an actual decent plot in Les Mis, which is, considering how most musicals are about happiness and music and fluff, it's actually pretty relieving.
I don't know if I can sing. I'm gonna go and sing about it. Fuck you, Rock of Ages.
Is that genuinely
another musical to me?
Is there a song in that where someone says, "I don't know if I can sing. It's really hard for me to sing," or whatever?
Well, no, that's in Rock of Ages, where some guy goes, "I have stage fright. I don't know if I can sing. Now I'm going to do a musical number in public."
That's amazing.
That's like every high school musical ever.
Les Mis performed by the High School Musical crew.
Sing a song in front of people, backing dancers, about the fact that I don't like singing songs to people.
Now this is just making me want to go watch Coyote Ugly.
It's making me want to go watch either that episode of Scrubs or South Park the movie, which are my two current favourite musicals.
How about Team America?
I'm beginning to understand why I disagree with you guys, because I'm hating every word coming out of all your mouths right now.
Hey, no, that episode of Scrubs is a great musical. And
I fucking hate that episode of Scrubs. I don't know.
Do you just hate episodes that are about music?
No.
Musicals? Or?
I kind of like the Simpsons one where they was all about music. Because they did a great parody of Paint Your Wagon.
What's wrong with that episode of Scrubs?
Not all of them can sing. That's what's wrong with that episode. I mean, Carla cannot sing at all.
That doesn't matter. It's all about the bit where, towards the end, where they hit that last song and it's all sad and it actually hits you and you're like, damn, Scrubs, you're better than most actual musicals. Well done.
I think we're all forgetting the Community Glee episode.
Yes. Okay, there we go.
And cow.
Boopy doopy doop. 6. All right. But yeah, so what do you guys give it? What final score do you guys give this?
A C.
A C?
It was tedious and middling.
Half good. All right. What about you, Michelle?
Well, it was on one of my It was on my favorites, so I give it a B+. Then again, I enjoyed the musical, so I...
It was on your favorites and you gave it a B+. Jesus Christ, it didn't make mine, and I'm giving it an A-. I'm giving it a low bestie. I was going...
Like an A- B+, somewhere in that area,
in there.
so...
I was going to give this a B. I was sitting there watching it, and like it got towards the end. I was like, you know, this is good, but you know, it's not gonna be that up there for me. And the final number just completely dropped the floor out underneath me. I mean, the final moment was one of the most impactful moments I've had in a movie this year, and that raised up to an A-, a low bestie.
More magical death.
More magical death. Madoka Magica, the musical. All right.